South Suburban politician Tiffany Henyard appears to have lost control of both governments she runs. Now she's teasing a big announcement that she claims will result in some of her opponents being arrested and charged.
Guys, we do not have a quorum, so we will not be having a board meeting this evening.
An eviction lawsuit is looming over South Suburban politician Tiffany Henyard, whose controversial spending habits, including extravagant travel paid for by taxpayers, are under scrutiny as her hold on power erodes. Meanwhile, tensions are rising as betrayals from her allies and growing opposition from local trustees only serve to increase the chaos. Rumors are circulating about a major announcement that could result in the arrest of her opponents. Henyard's outspoken accusations of corruption against her rivals make many wonder if her activities would ultimately catch up with her. Hello everyone, this is Olivia. Welcome to Red Rumbles. With rumors of a startling surprise that might result in her opponent's imprisonment, Tiffany Henyard is in the middle of a maelstrom. Politics in South Suburban are becoming more heated, with supporters turning against her and charges of corruption abounding. Does Henyard continue to hold on, or is she losing her power? Keep checking back as we sort through the craziness and keep you informed. Don't forget to subscribe for the most recent information and insights. You won't want to miss the following events. Once in charge of both Thornton Township and the hamlet of Dolton, Tiffany Henyard was a prominent figure in South Suburban politics. Her position afforded her considerable influence, but now that it's disappearing. Once a powerful leader, she is now encircled by chaos, with political rivals contesting her every action. Her supporters once united behind her ideas, but it appears that her influence is slipping. When a key ally in Thornton Township chose to leave, the problems in the hen house started to escalate.
Making a late appearance at the Dolton Village Board meeting this evening. That meeting was being held at the Park District building since Village Hall cannot legally accommodate the crowds at a typical meeting.
This was a significant setback, particularly since another ally turned against her by declining to attend an important township meeting. The situation worsened when the majority of Dolton's trustees publicly opposed the Henyard policies, effectively cutting her off. The very system of authority she had established now appears to be disintegrating, and she faces growing challenges in holding on to power in either capacity during this political turmoil. And Henyard has alluded to a significant announcement that could result in the arrest of her opponents. Her assertion that certain people will soon face legal action has caused a great deal of conjecture. Penalties for supposed RW actions, but she hasn't offered any concrete proof to back up these allegations, leaving many to doubt whether her declaration is a calculated attempt to regain control or whether her threats have a legitimate legal foundation. Opponents of Henyard have swiftly dismissed these claims as last-ditch efforts. The community is now caught in the middle, with residents eager to see whether Henyard's words will result in actual arrests or whether this is just political theater. As scrutiny of Henyard leadership increased, so did questions about her own controversies. They contend that if she had genuine evidence, it would have been brought to light sooner. She reportedly spent over $100,000 in taxpayer funds on first-class flights, upscale lodging, and pricey meals, according to allegations concerning her spending. These costs have caused significant anxiety among community members and political leaders, who contend that this type of expenditure is an abuse of public monies, particularly in an area when a large number of people are struggling financially. The distribution of public funds to her named cancer charity, which has since discontinued operations, is among the most contentious elements of Henyard's financial transactions. Moreover, reports emerged of Henyard hosting events that attracted well-known celebrities at expenses exceeding $80,000. Some contend that these events raised awareness of the neighborhood, while others view them as a waste of public funds, particularly given that their long-term advantages are still unclear in light of these claims. Henyard delivered a contentious monologue on Facebook Live for more than an hour, sparking local debate.
The government always does it, is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing here.
I'm a private investigator. I've got some witnesses on here. Inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois.
Despite Henyard's vehement defense, she denied any rondo during the live session and claimed that she was the target of a concerted attempt to overthrow her leadership. She accused her opponents of a power struggle and described their actions as a clear attempt to take control for their own benefit. There were still unanswered questions. Viewers of the live session observed that she concentrated on portraying her detractors as being a part of a bigger plot to remove her, rather than addressing issues about the usage of taxpayer funds or the worries about her expenditures. Although the goal of the Facebook Live event was to rally her fans, many were left feeling. Communities seeking more specific responses when some of Henyard's once loyal allies started to turn against her. The political climate drastically changed. The resignation of Akia Lai was a major setback since it indicated a rift among her inner circle. Considering that another previous backer openly opposed her, declining to attend a township meeting only served to reinforce the idea that her leadership is now in jeopardy. This change has raised doubts about Henyard's capacity to handle the difficulties she faces, and her former supporters, who once viewed her as a strong leader who could bring about a shift, are now doubting her choices and strategy. For years, Henyard portrayed herself as a strong leader who embraced change, but some speculate that these departures may be an indication that even those closest to her are seeing the writing on the wall. Support undermines Henyard's ability to control votes and stay within the township and village governments. The moniker Super Mayor helped her project an air of power and aggressiveness, which appealed to some of her supporters. However, as criticism grows, the same qualities that once enhanced her reputation are now working against her. Her detractors claim that Henyard has. The trustees in Dalton have become particularly vocal in opposing what they describe as an authoritarian approach to governance, claiming that she overreached her position and used it to further her own interests rather than the needs of the community. These accusations have undermined Henyard's carefully constructed persona, making her seem less like a decisive leader and more like a politician clinging to power. Which has added to Henyard's growing problems is an eviction lawsuit that has garnered a lot of attention, even though she reportedly receives $375,000 a year in taxpayer-funded salaries, which she and her boyfriend allegedly no longer pay. Rent for her home, a financial dispute that could further harm Henyard's reputation in the community, is highlighted by the lawsuit filed by a landlord who claims to have known the Henyard family for years. The landlord has publicly expressed her frustration, claiming that Henyard's refusal to pay rent has jeopardized her own financial stability. Many people in the community are wondering how someone with such significant earnings could find themselves in a dispute over unpaid rent, even though she has bills and a child to care for. Her boyfriend and she both make a decent living and should be able to pay their housing expenses. The disputes pertaining to Henyard have not only impacted her political career but also the Dalton community more broadly, as tensions rise and accusations fly, leaving many residents feeling uncertain about the future. The township and village governments are at a standstill, and crucial decisions are being postponed due to a lack of. In addition to the dissatisfaction, there is a sense of division among Dalton residents, as stability has frustrated those who want to see their leaders concentrate on the actual problems facing their community. Some residents continue to be staunch supporters of Henyard, believing that she is the victim of unjustified attacks. Others no longer trust her as a leader, and throughout her struggles, people have argued passionately at public gatherings and on social media about who is to blame for the current situation, expressing a desire to see fresh voices emerge to guide the town forward. Henyard has consistently maintained a belligerent posture, implying that her opponents are involved in corrupt practices. There is a tense atmosphere in Dalton as a result of the claims, but many are wondering if her bluster is benefiting or harming her cause. Henyard keeps making audacious statements. Others say that her aggressive tone simply helps to exacerbate tensions with those who disagree with her and alienate potential friends. It is expected that she will provide evidence to support her claims thus far, but she has been evasive about the specifics of the alleged corruption she has mentioned. If her claims prove to be unsupported, it could further damage her credibility and increase the impression that she is using dramatic claims as a way to divert attention away from her personal issues. In addition to navigating the political unrest, Henyard is also dealing with serious legal issues that could affect her future for some time. The eviction lawsuit is just one of the legal issues she is currently facing, and reports have indicated that additional inquiries into her use of public money might be forthcoming. The legal team for the township supervisor and the village mayor Henyard has promised to fight back against the eviction lawsuit, but they have not yet offered a convincing explanation for why a couple with such high incomes would not be able to pay their bills. If these investigations continue, they may raise more questions about her behavior. Their responsibilities regarding rent. Her vows to file charges against opponents, however, have not been accomplished, leading many to question whether they are a sincere tactic or merely an effort to divert attention from her personal problems. Tiff Henyard's political career, the question is still whether she can find a way to redemption, or is her tenure as a South Suburban political leader coming to an end for Henyard? The future is uncertain, and she will need to figure out how to win back her constituents' trust, address the issues with her money management, and provide greater information about her behavior, as some political analysts think that Henyard still has an opportunity to repair her reputation if she can change course and deal with the issues head-on. Others, however, are doubtful, arguing that the harm done to her reputation may be too great to repair. Whether she decides to fight back with a new tactic or withdraws from public life will be seen as Henyard deals with certain difficulties with so much influx. The next few months will be crucial for the township and village as the Dolton community struggles with the fallout. The uncertainty surrounding its leadership has created a climate of anxiety and anticipation, and residents are eager for a resolution that can bring stability back to their local government. Thank you for listening to Red Rumbles as they attempt to navigate this difficult time. Will Tiffany Henyard be able to overcome these obstacles, or is this the beginning of the end for her political career? Please share your ideas in the comments section below, and don't forget to mention that the drama surrounding her narrative is still going strong. To receive more updates, subscribe. Keep checking back as we update you on the most recent developments in the field of Let's Talk Politics and Scandal next.